Man, the stream stuff is hard work, isn't it? Jeez. Alright, microphone in. We are now live on Twitch. We are now live on Kick. What up, YouTube? We live everywhere but Facebook. For some reason, Facebook keep crashing OBS right now, so I can't do Facebook right now. But it's all good though. What's up? Welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started because I'm just trying to figure out how everything works on this platform for the most part, and it is whooping my tail for real. Like if I'm being honest, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out how to do all of it. I mean, it's and let me backtrack. It's not a lot of work. It's not hard work, should I say? It's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little tedious. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that I definitely shouldn't be. Oh dang! What I do? Ooh, see, is it because I was talking I messed up? But it's all good. I'll fix that later. Let me go to the right settings. Yeah. Okay. 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 Screen capture. Display capture. There we go. So watch it, Santana. And I'm gonna go ahead and change that screen though, cause that ain't what we trying to look at. Oh, that's window capture. I'm messing up, y'all. I'm messing up. I'm doing the wrong stuff. I ain't doing nothing right. It's supposed to be a window capture. I'm sitting up there doing the wrong thing. Window. No, it's supposed to be screen capture. I'm tripping. Stop. Display capture. Turn this off and do this. Display capture. Yes, there we go. Boom. There we go. Now we now we looking right. Now we looking right. Okay. So let me bring up all of my chats right quick because I don't have the ability to see any of the chats just in case I get a chatter. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Give me 1 second here. Pull up Clip Studio Paint because that is the thing that is going to make this show what it is. No, actually, let me go ahead and send the live out to. Excuse me. Send the live out to a couple people. So I had a few people in my personal life who want to support the live. Okay. I got the YouTube chat up. Shout out to YouTube. We're going to get started in a minute, folks. Just bear with me. Bear with me. This is a new person. I'm brand new, brand new to streaming. And I'm just trying to get my sea legs on. So bear with me just for a split second, okay? Okay. So, okay. Got that sent off. Let me head back into YouTube. So, because I don't have the chat up, just in case anybody uh, uh, taps in and ask anything or bring up something, I'll just go through every now and then and check all of the streams just to see if anybody has said anything, and I'll address it from there. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get to work because it has we're overdue for work. Know what I mean? One second. Got to bring my drawing pad closer. Just to let everybody know, I mean business. I don't know if you know what this is, but I have in front of me a XP Pen XP Pen Artist 22 Pro. It is this big ass screen that is essentially a drawing tablet. So just to let you know, I mean business, and we are here for the work. Let's see if I can raise this up a little bit. I didn't realize this was gonna be blocking the camera. Like that's how big it is. That's my monitor that I draw on. Yeah, there we go. All right, and that is this display that you are looking at right here, Clip Studio Paint. And just to give a little bit of a recap of camera turned on me. Just to give a little bit of a recap of everything that I have been involved in. Well, first of all, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is AJ McMullen. I am a sci-fi fantasy author of the Aether Comics universe. We added the comics as of recently because of the amount of things that I have created so far. It was just a decision that was made between me and some of the people who work on the Aether universe, that we should essentially call it the Aether Comics universe for the time being, because just to show the diversity of everything that we have created. Now, me personally, I am the author. Like that's my jam. I tried not to go into any other category of anything or any other work. Like my juice is making writing words. Like that's my juice. But however, this all started because I was I used to do Dragon Ball fan fiction back in school. So what I would do, because back in and I don't want to age myself when I say this, but back in the early 2000s, Dragon Ball did this thing for like 3 years where for anybody who remembers the cells or the not the yeah the Cell Saga. Yeah, yeah. For anybody who remembers the Cell Saga, and the subsequent sagas, the Android Saga before that, and then the Frieza Saga right before that. So, back in those days, for whatever reason, because there was no streaming involved, the only way to catch Dragon Ball Z was on TV. So what happened? Dragon Ball Z got up to the Android Saga, played through the Android Saga and the Cell Saga, and after the Cell Saga, they would go all the way back to the Frieza Saga, and then they would just keep going from there, and then they would restart all over again and just keep going, and they did that for and they did that for 3 years. And I remember every single day sitting in front of the TV, waiting for 5:30 p.m. right after school for Dragon Ball Z to come on, and just hoping that they would just show they would just show the next saga. Like they would just go back into the Buu saga at that point. Which we knew existed. Like everybody knew it existed. We had already seen the pictures online and everything. And like I said, streaming was not a huge thing at that time, so it's not like I could just go online and and just watch the next episode. So just out of the frustration of that time period, I just kind of took it into my own hands and just started writing Dragon Ball fan fiction, and I was drawing it. I actually have one of the old notebooks over here on my bookshelf that I used to draw in, and that's what it was. It was Dragon Ball fan fiction. I had like two characters that were descendants of Goku and Vegeta, like their grandsons or something, and their family had moved on into different ventures. They became assimilated into the regular culture of Earth, as well as trying to protect it. Like I had a whole story arc going on. But what I realized during that time period was that I was good at writing stories. Now I wasn't fleshed out and didn't have all of the principles of it, but at that time I realized that I was good at the writing portion, and I actually enjoyed it. Over the years, of course, you can't release fan fiction on your own. You have to, like, there's like licenses and stuff like that. I can't write for Dragon Ball Z. I'm not Asian, so uh, there's that. So what I did was I just started writing my own stuff. I stopped drawing because people kept drawing penises on my in my notebooks and stuff. So while I was in school, so I just stopped doing that, and I started writing my own. I started creating my own characters, and in that process of the Dragon Ball Z thing and creating my own characters on that, I started creating my own, taking the characters that I was creating for that and turning them into my own project. So that is how the Aether universe became, because I yeah, that's where it started at. And over excuse me. And over the years, I had never been serious about the Aether universe, and I wanted to be, but just life and the way life was going at the time, I just did not have I didn't have the liberty of being, what up, the way life was going at the time. I didn't have the liberty to focus on nothing but my work, and that is a regret that I've always had, because I've always had to focus on everything else. Like I immediately went into the army right after um where's the XP Pen app? I'm gonna have to download the app to I'm not having. Oh my God, it's connected to the wrong. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll fix that in a second. But yeah, so I went into the army right after high school, like literally 2 days after graduation. I was on the bus getting shipped off to Fort Knox, Kentucky, to start my military training. I tried to disappear from my reality that I grew up in, because I just wanted a new fresh start, and then turned out that I couldn't. Like it was too much going on at home that I needed to take care of. I had a mother that was getting up in age that I couldn't live too far away from, and I kind of used that as an excuse for a few years. So because I went back home, I had to focus on finding work and all that other stuff, and staying stable and being a man and trying to chase the American dream. And for all of that, I forgot where I needed to put my focus in. So for the longest time, I didn't put any focus into what I was supposed to be doing, and that is what led me um, to starting a stream 10 years too late. But we're here now. we're here now, and this is where I believe I should be. I actually enjoy making videos, so it's not going to be hard at all for me. Um, this channel is kind of new. I kind of put it on the back burner for a little bit because I didn't believe that writing books or being an author was sexy enough to warrant its own work. But here's the happy medium. I can draw the stuff that I need to draw for the Aether universe, as well as continue creating the concept of things that I have done until and use that material until the actual artist comes in to fill the gap, because I can't be the one that draws for the Aether universe forever. Like that's not my role. So for that reason, we gotta figure something out. So I'll draw it for right now, and whenever our artist comes in, we'll figure that out at that time. So right now, let me figure out what. Why does this app look different? Oh, there we go. It is monitor 3. Wait, no, it's monitor 2. There we go. We working with gas now. We working with gas now. There we go. This is so cool. I bought this tablet like 2 years ago, and I had never I really never used it. Like it's just been I've been kind of using it as a display for my computer, and the amount of times that I put this stylus to this thing is just it's embarrassing. Um, I downloaded Clip Studio Paint on my tablet, and that is where a majority of these figures came from. Uh, this was one of the first ones that I did here back in 2023. That was around the time that I first got the tablet. And, I started getting back into art at that time, and, just kind of worked my way into making the rest of this. I just wanted to go ahead and show some of the work that I've done, just to be able to say exactly where we plan on going with this stream. And this right here, Sigma 6, is actually a comic book that I'm working on, and I'm curious to see if it's going to open, because this is something that I did on my tablet. Do I have to? Download is new. Alright. Alright, so I gotta download it onto the computer first. I guess that makes sense. Is there like a progress bar or something? I don't really know what's going on here. It don't seem that I'm able to actually open that. The thing that gets me is that I'm going to have to assimilate everything from my tablet over to the the laptop or the my computer that I'm working on now, because I have a bunch of like I have a bunch of brushes and stuff that I use on my tablet that I'm gonna need on here. Oh, here's the progress bar, and I've oh she's and I honestly have never seen Clip Studio Paint on the computer as well, so there's a little bit of a learning curve because of that. So I guess in the meantime, I'll continue talking about the Aether universe and and try to get to work as soon as I possibly can. It's like this whole stream was just like I haven't actually set up the stream, and I wanted I got this problem where I decide to wait until things are perfect to actually start working on them. But for streaming, you don't necessarily need to do that. Yeah, the overlays and all that other stuff, that it looks pretty, but I don't have to wait until that is done. I could start and then kind of work my way into perfection, I guess you could say. But practice makes perfect, and waiting for perfection isn't perfect. So it takes 10,000 hours to be an expert at something. You might as well go ahead and put the hours in. Um, so what was I saying? The Aether universe um, is big. I'm just going to say it like that. It's not 100% fleshed out to the best of its to the best that it could be. Yes, I do have a roster of about 300 characters right now. I do have a scheduled book list of about 104, 105 books at the moment. I could kind of show you that. Let me see. Let's see if I can pull it up for you. Just just so you know that I'm not pulling your leg or anything. This is really something that's happening behind the scenes. I have two books published right now, five books in the making. I have a prequel to the main series books, Legacy of the Arcane and Flame, is which is my main book. Uh, let's see. Hold on one second. The, going through my um yeah, right there. So I'm gonna skirt off over here. So yeah. Oh, I don't know if you can. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. I can't. I can't. All right. So the titles are showing on here, and I don't know how to. Let's just do it like this. Yeah. 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 um. All right. I'm a little nervous about that one because I didn't want to show all of the titles. So here is the book list for of the Aether universe right now. I currently on. Let me close it out a little bit more. I'm a little that makes me nervous. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm currently on. Uh, mm, I see some of my information has shifted on here. Currently on this book here, in this is the one that has been like this is my main series book. Legacy of the Arcane and Flame. Um, Actually, no, it's this one. Yeah, November 21st, 2020. Yeah, yep. This is the first. This is the book of the. I should have just looked at the saga. But yeah, so this book here is the first book of the series. Then I have the companion book for that. This is actually the title of that, The Darkest Day. Legacy of the Arcane and Flame is number 7 on this list, and The Darkest Day is number 6 because those books happen in like parallel to one another, like at the same time, literally, from the perspective of two different characters. Then we have these 3 books here that comes before that in the timeline. This book, The Observer Chronicles, is in the making. I've already um, uh, talked about that a little bit. Let's see. You got Saga Zero, which is all of the books that falls in the Arcane of Calamity series and the corresponding companion stories. Saga X is my bridge series. Saga 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And all the way down to like, and these stories are not like, they're not like concepts. Like, this is actually stuff that I know is going to happen within the timeline of the Aether universe. So let me stop this. Oh, no, I needed that. I didn't realize it was. Oh, come on. Jesus. All right, let me check for some chats. Yeah, no chat. So as of yet, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Damn it! I needed that. Let me download it again. I don't know why it's taking so long. Um, about that. Let's just typing up a something. My bad, y'all. Creating a little bit of incentive for somebody to chat in, ask me a question. I just want to spread the love and everything of what I got going on. Cause I get really entertained with my Aether universe, and it's funny because I could sit down and talk to somebody about the Aether universe for hours. I mean, hours on end, and it would be so much information that they don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, it's hard to keep up with. Like, you guys should see my wife. Like, when I'm talking to her about it, she is so confused, and I find it fascinating because hold up, I can't find the live for TikTok. That's interesting. I don't know where the live for TikTok is. I don't know how to. I don't know how to use TikTok. Unc don't know how to use TikTok. Don't call me Unc. I'll fight you. I shouldn't have said that. Twitch. How do I do Twitch? How do I do stuff? got that. No, I ain't got the Twitch app. What the hell? Oh, yeah, Twitch gonna have to wait. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to log into Twitch at the moment. Maybe I might be able to do it on my. You know what? No, because every time I try to log into Twitch, it when I do it on my computer does this thing where it try to adjust the resolutions and everything. And last time it did that, it made OBS crash. So I'm not doing that right now. So I guess Twitch is gonna have to wait. Oh wait, no, I actually got in. Yes, okay, perfect. And this is for just to let everybody know, like I am here discussing my Aether universe and trying to get my stream set up. I'm going to spend a little time on Clip Studio Paint trying to learn how to use it. And you can ask me anything. I got 100 characters. I mean, 100 books and 300 characters, and I mainly made all of that up on my own. So ask me anything. Feel free to let me know in the chat what you want me to talk about, how I got here, what my plans are. Like, ask me anything, man. Even ask me about particular characters that if you are somebody who follow me already, let me know. Like ask anything about any particular character that you want to ask about, and I'll tell you, give you a little bit of information. Um, but let's see. I can do this too, because just in case anybody wants to dispute the fact that oh, you know what? I'm sorry, bro. Like I realized I probably don't have why I can't find the stream for TikTok. I just figured it out. Like I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm still trying to work through this. Man, how did I flip that up, man? I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm just sitting up here. I ain't got no video stream on there. I ain't got no audio, bro. I'm tripping. I'm so sorry, bro. Dang, man. I sat up there, got all of that. Oh man, that sucks. I'm so sorry, guys. For everybody on TikTok, I am so sorry. I didn't even realize that this video wasn't even formatted correctly to even go to you guys on there. It was just a blank screen with no audio. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it, but that makes sense why I couldn't find it, because there was nothing happening on the screen. It was just a black screen. So I am so sorry for that. I'm still learning OBS. It's a lot of different things happening with OBS that I don't really understand how to do, and I'm learning as I go. I was just telling the stream that I was waiting to make sure that everything was perfect to start everything, but it's not. That's not a requirement for success to wait until perfection to to waiting on perfection to start on something. So, oh, what? Why are you moving? All right. So let me see if I get the display capture. And we got the display capture up. And yeah, I don't really know the best way to handle that because I'm gonna do full screen on Clip Studio Paint in a second, so I don't really want to what page 28. Why you suck so bad? And then refuse to download the whole thing because one page is not. All right, guys, it don't look like I'm gonna be able to download clips. Download that. Well, like that was a pipe dream, I guess. So we're gonna have to start from scratch, which I'm perfectly okay with for Sigma 6, but I do want that cover because this is going to be the actual cover for that. But for everybody on TikTok, on all of the vertical streams, I was just talking about the Aether universe, where it came from and how it started and all that. I apologize for not including you because uh, jeez, man, that was a lot that we went through. But I was essentially telling the story of how I started the Aether universe. It started off as fan fiction for Dragon Ball Z because I got tired of them waiting so long and dragging out the process of actually showing us Dragon Ball Z here in the United States back before streaming was a thing. Talked about the fact that the Aether universe was something that I came up with back in. I ain't gonna tell my age on that one, but it's been a long time, and in that long time, I have been able to accumulate a roster of about 300 characters and over 100 books that are scheduled to be released, and these are books that I know are events or follow events that happen in the Aether timeline, and that Aether timeline is pretty long. We're talking about a span of about 1,000 years for the most part. I was just in the process uh, of pulling up my character list, and I think I'm gonna do the same thing with the character list. You know what? No, the character list doesn't need to be. I don't need to censor that. I don't need to censor the character list, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that. Uh, is this the right one? This ain't it. Oh, this is the creatures list. Sorry. Character. Oh, all right. All right. Here is the character list. And on, let me move my. To move myself out of the way for a second. Here is the character list uh, for the Aether universe. And on this list is going to be 220, 251. However, these are characters that serve as like ultra prominent characters in the story. There are some supporting characters that do drive the story a little bit, but they didn't make this list. And there's actually, if I'm being honest, there's going to be a few individuals that come off of this list as well because they're not they're not high ranking in the story enough to actually contribute to this list. And I'll talk about that in a second. So we don't need to focus on like supporting characters and stuff like that if they show up once or twice within the series. So uh, in the Aether universe, the we have this unit of measurement called Kytrons. And Kytrons is simply the measurement of life energy. It determines not necessarily strength, but how powerful you are on a universal scale. So someone with, say, like a typical human would have between 1 to 50 life energy, and normally in the Aether universe, it's explained in a few books that that scale kind of rises and falls depending on where you are in life. So like at somebody who's at peak male capacity, which is somewhere in the tone of about 28, 29 years old. They're at the highest that they're going to be. And then, like testosterone levels, it kind of drops off. And it's the same for women. So it's not like it's higher for men or higher, lower for women or anything like that. It's just how humans go. And then, from 51 to like 500, I think is like the supernatural realm. And I kind of break it down in Legacy of the Arcane and Flame. But uh, let's find the the Oracle, which is she's the main character of Legacy of the Arcane and Flame with a Kytron rating of about 80 million. Which, if I had to put it into to perspective of how strong that actually is, it would be as strong as like Superman or Thanos or something like that. Provided I believe that Thanos is as strong as Superman, like they would be like head to head in the fight, you know. But it would be around that. Like that is about where how strong she actually is. And just in case somebody is asking who would win in a fight between her and Superman, she would definitely win between her and Superman. And it's because of where her power is, not necessarily because she's super strong. She's not super strong. She doesn't have super strength. So I just want to make that clear. She's not super strength, though. She can take a punch from Superman because of what she is, not necessarily how powerful she is, if that makes any sense. So the 80 million doesn't necessarily represent the strength that she has. If you follow, and it doesn't follow, like it doesn't. It's not to say that because her Kytron level is 80 million, then she's able to pick up a mountain or something like that. With her bare hands, she's not able to do it. With her power, she might be able to, but definitely not with her bare hands. She's not super strong. But I do believe that in a head to head battle, though she might struggle a little bit, I do believe that she'll be able to eliminate Superman without kryptonite. And let that be let that sink in a little bit. All right, so let's get off of that. Let's see where Clip Studio is right now, shall we? It's still. Please check connectivity of your device. What do you mean? Alright. It don't look like we're gonna be able to actually download these, and that sucks. But anyway, I have to figure out how to actually use Clip Studio Paint on a computer. I've never done it. It has eluded me up until now. It's nerve wracking to even think about it. If I'm being honest, like I'm looking at it right now, and I'm just like kind of spazzing out. Oh, okay. Okay. The first things first, obviously, I gotta make it look like. I gotta make it look like my current setup, if that makes any sense. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Here we go. Like I said, I've never actually used Clip Studio Paint on the this particular platform. It has eluded me for a long time. So let me open up the pen tablet. I need to figure out what kind of buttons I have. Where did I just see that at? I opened that, but I don't remember where I opened it at. Ain't that something? Where did I? What I don't remember where the app was, but I literally had it open. One thing about my computer is that things aren't where they're supposed to be. I built this computer um, a while ago, and somehow I screwed up the filing directory, and none of my information gets saved to the right place. Like, for instance, like I don't have a dedicated spot for downloads or something. Like I don't have the luxury of having a downloads folder. Like, my downloads folder just goes directly to. Oh yeah, like my downloads folder just goes directly to uh the B drive, which is the computer's main drive, and that it sucks. And in order to even fix it, I would have to literally delete everything off of the computer in order for it to actually be right. And that's not an option at the moment. So let's all go ahead and we go ahead and get started on it. Let's see how. Now, I am not a perfect artist by no stretch of the imagination. I want to say that as humbly as I possibly can. I have the ability to do. I just don't think that I'm the best one to do. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that I'm even doing this stream for this particular purpose, I would say is very ironic. Is the best way I can put it. Because I don't have the patience to be. I don't have the patience to be an author. I mean, artist. And the only reason I have done this, and like being an artist is because I literally talked to a artist about drawing for the Aether universe, and no shade to the artist or anything. Like I'm not like you. Everybody got to do what they need to do to make money. Like I get that part, but like I literally talked to this guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll work with you, to try to get something established or whatever." And we sat down for a minute. This was the second person I had talked to about this, and he was just like, "Hey, man, he looked at my presentation or whatever, and his number was like, I can draw line art for you. Line art, just the lines, like just the outline of like coloring book style for the most part for anybody who don't know what line art is. But he was just straight up like, yeah, I can do the line art for you for $150 per character. And I'm just like, 150 $150 per character. And I was like, and immediately when he said $150 per character, I immediately went back to the fact that how many characters do I got? Almost 300 characters. Like I can't do $150 for for line art for 150 characters. Like that's just it doesn't make sense. Like I can't do that. So I asked him how like wait, is the pressure working? Oh yeah, pressure working just fine. I love that. So I asked him. I said, just out of curiosity, like if that's how much you charge for line art, how much would it be to do the color and everything? And he was like, yeah, the color is a little more complicated. Depends on how much color you would actually need, like whether or not you want it to be you wanted to be shaded or you wanted a more like a realistic kind of color grade. Different he was like talking about um like different stages of color grading and all that other stuff like that, like stage one color grade and stage two, and he was showing me a few different options or a few different ways that he does it on his own stuff. And he was like that with that it'll be $360 for per character if you were to do that. And then he was like, and if you want to license it, that I'll charge you an extra $50 per character for that. So we're talking $410 per character. And I forgot what the math is. I'm just like out of curiosity. I just wanted to do the math for a second on that because it really burned me up when he told me. So let's see. Why is that so big? Let's see. So $410, right? Times how many characters did I show you guys? Let me go back and look at it. And I want to do exactly how many characters that's on this list because this list represents what one of the big projects that I want to do for the stream. So 251 characters. 251. Really? Yeah, $102,000 for what he was trying to sell me. Now, the first guy that I talked to is actually a friend of mine, and he's actually a very popular artist that he managed to gain a very big following on TikTok. That whatever neither here nor there. Gained a very big following on TikTok, and he whatever number he gave me, like I assumed that it was absurd because and I just immediately thought that he only gave me that number because we were friends and he didn't think I was going to verify. Like I just kind of I didn't trust I didn't trust what was going on in that situation, and that was a foul on me. I'll take that, but actually let me erase the other half of this, make everything consistent. But yeah, I immediately thought that it was sketchy, that was the number that he was giving me. So I that's what made me go talk to the other guy, not to go to him, but just to make sure that I wasn't being taken advantage of. Obviously, we weren't that friendly at that time, which was the reason why I felt the need to even do that in the first place. And whatever number he gave me, it turned out to be like uh $26,000 at the end of everything. Like, and that kind of shocked me a little bit. So I was like, man, how is it that these guys are selling their services for that much money just for like line art? Now we're not talking like we had to do it all in one go. Like it was just like over time. Like I pay you per. Like we have like a contract or something going on, and kind of go from there. Like I didn't need them to draw any I didn't need them to draw any comics or anything. My friend, he actually does comic books. He has his own comic universe and all that other stuff, which understandably he didn't want to take time away from that. But uh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, he obviously wanted to spend more time on his own projects, which I perfectly understand. But um, I just had I just wanted line art, like that. That's all I wanted. Like I could figure out how to color it. Like I knew how to color. Like that wasn't even an issue. But I just needed the line art to essentially do what I wanted to do for the Aether universe, and mainly the whole reason for that was just to essentially lay out the groundwork and just have it available for anybody who comes to work with me on the Aether universe. That was the main goal. That's kind of still the main goal because like I need to get back to writing, man. I draw too much. I really do think I draw way too much. I spend way too much time on on drawing in the Aether universe opposed to writing in the Aether universe, and I miss deadlines for things that I'm supposed to do because I'm doing way too much. And it also, do I supposed to have music on the stream? Like I can't. It's music is a little bit of a tricky topic because my main uh yeah, my main focus is YouTube for the most part. Mainly because at the end of the day, when all the revenue starts to come in, YouTube would be the one that pays the most. Just being 100% honest with everybody, I I need the money. I don't have $26,000 to just lying around to hand off. You know. All right. I should have bought my glove. I meant to grab that. I got to touch all over the screen. Try not to. All right. Trying to think of where to take this. And also, if you're wondering what I'm drawing right now, I am drawing me, or some version of anime black guy. I don't want to use my to use my actual face as the I don't want to use my actual face as the profile picture for this channel uh, anymore because it's just you know we live in this type of society. For those of you who share the same color, you know what I mean. Um, and for those of you who want to dispute that, I am not the person to debate on that topic. I do not care to debate anybody on my experience. So please leave your comments to yourself on that one. I can direct you to just about anybody else that is willing to have that particular conversation with you. Just not I, said the cat. I don't know if any other artists do this or not, but like I symmetry is really hard for me. Like talking about drawing something twice and like drawing it backwards and putting it on the opposite side. Like I always have been the person that the arms are too high. That's the problem. It looks weird for that reason. But yeah, I've always been the person who would take the uh, I would just select the actual part of the body and just and literally um, just copy and paste it over to the opposite side. I don't know if anybody else does that. I just feel like I've never seen that done before. I just think it's a easier, more concise way of actually getting good symmetry on the character. Ooh, I wanted to touch the screen just now. God damn, that's gonna be a tough part to. Ugh, that's gonna be tough to get out of the habit of doing. I'm nervous about the hand position. I ain't gonna lie. Eyes and hands, for whatever reason, is not something that I'm too comfortable with at the moment. So I'm still working on that. But hopefully with this live going, with this channel going, I'll be able to actually make that into a reality to figure out how to do. It just it's been an issue. It's been an issue. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's always been an issue. Mm, okay. I'm really glad that everything is the same for the most part as it pertains to Clip Studio. Like it's comforting. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to learn that much as it pertains to the actual program, and that feels good because I'm already learning the stream and all that other stuff. Like I don't need to add that complexity on top of it. And for anybody who didn't catch the memo already, I am drawing a version of myself for a profile picture. I decided that I didn't want to put my actual face on the profile picture any longer. Um, I did have a little bit of a crisis, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Like I thought that this was about me, and for the longest time I held back on doing certain things because I I thought it was about me. Like I tried to be the famous author opposed to having the the famous story. Like it started not to make sense for the most part to do it the way that I had been doing it, and what's that wheel do? And I decided to start going in a different direction with everything and focus on just being the author. There was no reason for me to continue doing it the way I was doing it because the way I was doing it was not working. I was drawing an outline for the clothing. I don't know if there's a better way to do that. I just this is how I've always done it. shoes is one of those things that kind of, his feet go into a completely different perspective than the rest of the body. I think that kind of trips me up sometimes. And see the theory of actually just copying and pasting the same asset to a different spot. That is that in work, in practice. Actually, that makes me. Right, go ahead and move that too. All right, outline, or not outline, rough draft. I'm tripping. Excuse me. It is kind of early. All right, let me take a break. Let's double check these outlets to see exactly where we at. If we got anybody logging in, asking questions. Okay. DJ Nestle on Kick said, "Hey, homie, I can share your stream in the Kick community." Hey, man, I appreciate that. You know, brand new here. Yeah, I'm trying to grow, do a little bit. You know, really appreciate that. If you can do that, I would love for and add you on Discord. I can do that, man. Heck yeah. Let's be buds. uh, let's see. Still can't see the live on TikTok. So I actually make sure. Because I swore that I was actually streaming on TikTok. Yeah, we are. But TikTok's weird though. Like, you're not actually able to see the live itself unless you go to like a certain page or something. And I don't remember what that page was, so I don't know how to get back to it. But that's all good. So that was the only spot. All right. add my man on Discord while I'm at it. If you want to hit me up on Discord, I am. Jeez. Yeah, because the screen ain't big enough. You're right. You're right. Screen ain't big enough to show all that information. It's only a 55 inch. It's only a 55 inch. Jesus. But yeah, I am Cyprio on Discord. That is CYPREO if you want to add me on Discord. Or join the Aether Universe Discord. That is AETHER, Aether Universe. You'll be able to find us on Discord or at that link. That's my keyboard. Alfred underscore one. Oh wait, is that the? One second, y'all. I gotta figure out how to even use Discord. I don't even remember how to. Oh, that would be the reason why that didn't work. All right. All right, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. I want to at least get the outline done on this before I end the stream. So let's go ahead and get that knocked out, shall we? I did get that one friend that I was talking to about the friend that I was talking to get the character drawings. I did get him to do a bust, I guess you could say. It was just like the head of me. He did it for my like the whole group. Oh wait, I had a group of friends that we were all part of a media organization. The organization itself still exists, but we have thus gone from about 5 or 6 people to literally just me, and I'm still working. Had a lot of things going on at the time. Uh, we were doing um, TV centric stuff. We were doing, and we were on YouTube. We were on YouTube. We're doing a little bit of everything, man. It was just some guys that just wanted to do more in life, and I don't really understand why we created the group in the first place. or why we even tried to link up the way we did. It really didn't work out in no shape, form, or fashion. If I'm being honest, like uh, it was just chaotic. A lot of people with a lot of different projects that were pretty much doing their own thing, but doing their own thing together, which makes no sense to me. Um, I originally, when I got everybody involved, the I was kind of under the impression that we were all going to hold each other up, and just be one singular unit, and instead of doing this individual gambit that we had always been doing, because it wasn't working. And I guess no matter how much I thought it wasn't working, everybody else thought it was working just fine, because they didn't want to combine their overall efforts with one another. And I thought it was kind of strange the way we went about it. So everybody else just went their own ways. There's still some people doing YouTube and other things. That friend, the artist friend, I believe he still draws. I'm not entirely sure. Haven't seen many updates on his page as of late. It's just kind of concerning because you know he was really good. I'm nowhere near the level that he was, as far as art is concerned. Like, he is fantastic, and I don't think I could be in the vicinity of where he is when it comes to art. Like, I don't believe that I have that in me. Just being 100% honest, like, I don't think I have the amount of patience that it takes to be a full time artist. I don't have the I don't have the I don't have the kind of time to be a full time artist. Like, I'm literally doing this just until somebody else gets involved, and this is somebody else's job. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there like that. Like, this is not my job. Somebody got to get hired for this. Like, I don't want to be the artist in the Aether universe. Like, that is not my role. That is not what I signed up to do. I I didn't sign up to do anything, actually. But this, if I were to choose to sign up for something, it would not be this. Like, listen to me when I say that. Like, I really do not care to be the artist. Um, it's fun. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's fun, but I don't find being an artist as rewarding as as uh as writing. I never have. But mm, part of the process, man. That's it. Do what it do. Oh shit. That's not what I meant to do. Go Aether Universe Mac. He do the thing. He do the thing, huh? He do the thing. And oh, I'm tripping. I didn't even copy it. Did I? I thought I copied it. Oh, tripping. We get now. All right, guys. If you're logging in on any on wow, if you happen to find me on TikTok, tap that screen, share this. If you're feeling nice, if you're a nice person, go ahead and share it. Um, ask me anything in regards of the Aether universe. I got 300 characters and 100 books to do, and you guys are going to be a part of this journey as I do all of them. So feel free to ask me anything. I can go ahead and explain the Aether universe in a few minutes. Just going to go back and double check everything, make sure that where else am I streaming at again? I feel like I'm missing something. Stream TikTok, YouTube. Oh. Okay, yeah. But TikTok, YouTube, Kick, Twitch. All right, I checked everything. What am I doing? I don't draw lips, man. I don't draw lips. I'm that kind of anime. I can't draw lips, man. It's just that's one of those things that I just don't have the patience for. Just I really don't. So I try not to. Like to the best of my abilities, I make sure that I stay away from drawing lips because I do not like it at all. See, I was about to get a handful of screen to try to move the screen down. I'm so used to being on the touch screen with this. All right, so anybody just logging in, my name is AJ, and I am the author of the Aether comics universe. Oh, yeah, physics. Tripping. The Aether universe has been in my life for about a couple years. I really don't want to age myself because I feel like aging yourself online nowadays just kind of puts you in a vulnerable position where people feel like you don't deserve to be recognized because of your age. Like, especially as a man, like nobody cares about a woman who is nobody care about a woman being in her mid 30s or whatever. But like for a man, for whatever reason, it just seems like we just get that back of the uh uh what am I trying to say? Like it just seems like this is a little bit of a different stigma. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's not the same. It's not the same experience. I don't know. I could be overthinking it. It's very possible. All right. So the Aether universe is my pride and joy. If I had to say so, um, it is something that I have been working on uh, since 2009, and just recently being being within the last 5 years, I just recently started to take it as serious as a real business. You know, so it, what started off as Dragon Ball fan fiction has brought me all the way to what I'm doing now, which is being on this stream with you guys. Just making this, starting off my stream in a real way. You know. Good morning, love. She didn't hear me. My wife and daughter just woke up. Oh yeah, but this started off as fan fiction for Dragon Ball, and I just kind of uh, I found my passion for writing at that point, and I just uh, the over the years I just kind of let it fluster behind me, and didn't really put too much focus in it. I didn't nurture it the way I was supposed to. I didn't I didn't cultivate it. I didn't write. I didn't do the things that I was supposed to do. as far as creating the universe. I actually there were times where I forgot that I was a writer altogether and just didn't do anything, you know. So um, and I remember a time when I was with my ex wife, and I tried to share the passion with her. I just wanted to talk to her about it. Tell her like, hey, look, this is what I want to do with my life. Like ultimately, at the end of the day, like my goal is to be a be a sci-fi fantasy author, and and like I'd always expressed that I wanted to do something a little bit different when it as it pertains to my life. Like I tried going to college. Tried going to the army. None of that worked out for me. I wanted at some point to to do real estate and be a real estate investor and all that other stuff like that. But when it's all said and done, the only thing that really speaks to me is this. And I can remember a time period where, as I was having that conversation with my ex wife, she she called me childish for wanting to do this, like wanting to be an artist. And I didn't think of it then, but I was just like, as if people like Stan Lee didn't exist, to like full grown adult male, like writing sci-fi and all that other stuff like that. Like I was not in a good headspace to defend myself during that time period. So I just kind of let it go, man. Like I let her talk me out of what I wanted to do, and I regret that so much because I wasted so much time when I could have been actually working on my craft. I could be a better artist by now. Like I could be a best selling author by now. Like I could have been anything if I just continued to work at what I was working on, but I allowed her to tell me that I wasn't good enough, that I needed to focus on what she wanted me to focus on, which ultimately was just manipulation and the highest form. But If you're just joining in, folks, go ahead and hit tap the screen. If you're on TikTok, if you're friendly, go ahead and shout me out. On YouTube, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, man. I got a lot of stuff that I'm doing on this channel. I know we're still kind of new to the game, but I am not in no shape or form new to this content creation stuff, man. Like I have been here for a minute. I'm just starting to focus on what I'm supposed to focus on, which is this channel and this brand. Now that I'm out of my own way and actually focusing on what's more important, I'm not. Uh, we're no longer confused on what we need to focus on in the Aether universe. The main thing is these books, and that is going to be the main thing. For the longest time, I was focusing on me and trying to grow me, thinking that I was the most important part of this process. But in all reality, I was not. Like, there was no reason for me to believe that I was the most important part. I was focused on wanting to be a best-selling author. I was focused on wanting to be, a star. I've always wanted to be important, and the Aether universe, I felt like it was going to be that medium that got me there to be important, and I focused on everything but the main thing. So here we are, looking at the main thing, this Aether universe. So go ahead and ask me anything. Hit the screen, hit the like button. Do the things, man. While you're here, do the things. Help your boy out. This is my very first stream. And what? I am not the most prolific at anything that I do. I will never tell you that. I am just here learning with the cause. Just learning with the cause. That's all I'm doing. So hopefully nobody has a problem with that. If you do, you can kick rocks. But in the meantime, I'm going to be here doing what I do. Because this is all that I got. What? All right, so go ahead and connect that. All right. I always find it fascinating. Like I look at like some of the creations from Marvel and start to like discover how much like how well, not how much, but like the amount or the rate in which the creators of particular Marvel IPs, like how they created certain aspects of the Marvel universe, and I get a little confused when I see that somebody had been like some artist or creator had been working for Marvel for like 20 something years and they created like three characters. Like it kind of confuses me a little bit, but I'm not sure if that's just because the I am in the author space opposed to the artist space. I think it may be a little bit of a difference, but like Stan Lee, he didn't create a lot of the characters in the Marvel universe. He just created the Marvel universe. And I just kind of look at his career and where I am and just kind of wonder if I'm moving in the right direction, if that makes any sense. Like uh it just dawned on me that I might need to make the cranium a little bigger. If the head is down, I need to make him look like he's looking down. But anyway, but yeah, I just get into this headspace of like just wondering if I am doing the right things, because right now the Oracle is my biggest character. Like she for multiple reasons, and if you haven't seen my video, um, the life and times of God number 2, you would know exactly why the Oracle is my biggest character. However, though she is my biggest character in the Aether universe, she's also my biggest adversary in the Aether universe. And I say that because she is the one character that I have that does things on her own. And I know most people won't understand this concept when I say this, but like at times, like an author could have a character that, for whatever reason, just won't fall in line, and the Oracle is that character for me. She just does not fall in line. It just depends. It seems like no matter what I do, she always tends to do her own thing, and I don't know how it happens. It's almost like she's sentient, and I don't want to talk about it like like I'm going crazy or anything like that. I don't want my first stream for you guys to think that I'm losing my damn mind and losing it to one of the characters in my sci-fi universe. But like for real, the Oracle is that character that she I'm always second guessing what she would do. Like it's almost like I know the story right up until like I think. Wait, let me reconfigure my thought. So 2079 is the year that my current book is set in. It's set in or Legacy of the Arcane and Flame is set in Idaho of 2079 when a shadow government organization is doing research on bioweaponry, and there is a accidental leak of this energy radiation, this Kytron radiation from the Pyrostone that becomes a issue within the ecosystem of Idaho. And in order to protect the rest of humanity for the most part, the government sends in a a dark ops group called the faculty to maintain the situation in Idaho and pretty much eliminates all the people. So like in situations like that, like the Oracle, she's involved obviously because like majority of the situation revolves around the leader of the faculty trying to kill her, which spoiler alert, content warning, spoiler alert, content warning. If you haven't read Legacy of the Arcane and Flame, uh, you might want to bow out of this conversation real quick. But but yeah. So Tawny, the Oracle is in Idaho, and because the leader of this organization wants her dead, he manipulates the entire situation to make sure that that they're doing the research in her hometown, that they corner her in this siege because they locked down the entire state of Idaho to make sure that she's trapped inside. And yeah, it's a whole thing. But from that moment on, from that moment up until like I think the last book that I have in the Aether universe goes all the way up to the year the 3109. No, 22, I think. 22, the year 22. I can't even remember. It's been so long since I even looked at the timeline, but I wrote out a timeline of everything that's going to happen, like all of the big events in the Aether universe, and I just kind of held on to it. Aether timeline, here it is. Mainly to write a Aether Bible, or yeah, Aether Bible. Oh dang, I'm not even finished with that. This only goes up to 2106, which is even before the time period of my main series book that I was supposed to, that's a conversation for a different day. I'm not even gonna go into that. But the Oracle, like I was saying, she's just that character that makes me second guess the direction of what's going on in the story. Like no other character does that to me. Like I don't have that issue with any other characters in the Aether universe. Just her. It's just her. All right. At this point, I could turn off this layer and this layer, and now I have a big shoe anime guy. So next step is obviously draw a another draw another layer to go on top of that and be a another part of the draft. But this is about where I'm gonna stop at with this one. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time drawing this. It was just to refamiliarize myself with Clip Studio Paint on the desktop version because I've never actually used the desktop version. But this was fun. you know, I do look forward to actually doing this on a full time basis. I have a big, you know what? Let me show you guys what my goal is, because I've been working on this for long enough. I would say long enough, and I haven't been as consistent as I want to be, which was the reason why the stream was even necessary because I felt like it was just a matter of keeping me accountable, you know. And the biggest thing was just to do this and put the ideas out there so that when the artist comes in to do their job, they have a job to do, opposed to just hiring somebody in just to have them sit around or look at me and try to figure out what the hell they're supposed to be doing when they actually have a job. So the biggest thing that I want to do is to create something like this with the Aether universe. Um, Fun fact: the Aether universe has more characters than Marvel, and I thought that was very interesting. Um, they I have a list to put together of all of the characters that I want to do comparisons on, and made a little randomizer wheel that I put together for doing conducting as part of the show and all that other stuff. But ultimately, at the end of the day, doing this a visual like this is primarily what I want to do. I feel like that will be a really good milestone for us. So that's it for this stream, folks. Thank you for joining, and I look forward to being on the next one with you. We'll be back on what's the day? Today's Wednesday. We'll be back on Sunday to continue the stream and do one of the characters from the Aether universe. Thank you for being here. Thank you for entertaining this, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.